Welcome back. I'm here at the Great Plains Zoo with Education Specialist Katie Carcetti, and we are at the Meerkat exhibit right now.
Yes, we are. So we have 5 new male meerkats. They came from the Oakland Zoo, and they are exploring their indoor habitat right now, and we'll let them get settled in that before they go to their outdoor habitat.
What's kind of been the process for this, and kind of talk about the steps it really takes, like you said, to get them to that full exhibit?
Yeah, absolutely. So they came, I think, through transport, and then they live in the back for a little bit through their quarantine, which can last usually up to a month. So they are still technically in quarantine right now. So their keepers wear special clothing so that they're not getting any mixture between species. But since this is a separate exhibit, they can still be out and visible to the public. They have access to their back dens if they want to, as kind of a safe space, but they have been out and about, as you can see. You'll see a couple of them standing sentry, so one's way over there up and looking around to protect the habitat, and then the others will dig around and explore.
How does that kind of get determined? Is there usually like one designated that stands sentry, or is it kind of they take turns? How does that work?
Yeah, they absolutely take turns. These are 5 males, and they are all about a year and a half. In the wild, they can live in groups of up to like 15 to 30, depending on the size of the habitat. And they do take turns with standing sentry. Some will be babysitters when they're in their tunnels. But yeah, they do rotate.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point as well. Tunnels, how interesting is that? And kind of what's the function of those tunnels for these guys?
Absolutely. So it protects them from predators, and it is their essentially bedrooms. And so they're diurnal. They'll be out and about during the day, and then those tunnels are where they raise their young and sleep and things like that. They're also known to make like emergency tunnels or holes, so that if they're a little bit farther away, they can just jump into that hole.
And what's kind of been the turnout, like since having them out, like people coming to see this?
Yeah, it's been really popular with both of our lions and the meerkats. They are also super comfortable with guests right now. They notice us, but not in a bad way. But they're super comfortable. We have one falling asleep right now. They're so comfortable.
Yeah, they seem really adapted and kind of ready to get out there. What's the next step then for these guys?
We will see if the keepers will determine when they go outside, but we're also working on training with them and the relationship that they have with their keepers.
Yeah. And then talk about kind of that training and kind of what happens, in that process and what happens in the winter as well.
Sure. So in the training process, we do all positive interactions, mostly food motivated. So these guys really enjoy their snacks and their food, and so we are really just building relationships right now, and eventually we'll make food stations and maybe target train them, but right now it is really just relationship building.
Yeah. And then kind of talk about maybe some other cool features people can kind of know.
Yeah, so they are omnivores, so they are going to eat, hi friend, they are going to eat bugs, insects, small animals, but they really like to get those bugs, insects, grubs, things like that. And I don't know, I just think they're really fun and they're always super active here at the zoo.
And then talk about where we're located if people want to come visit them.
Yeah, absolutely. So they are in our new lion exhibit, or building, I should say. They are not with the lions, but they definitely can see each other. So our female lion definitely notices them, and they notice her, but it's not constant. And they always have a place where they can be not visible to both her and the guests. She's taking a nap right now, so she's clearly not hunting all the time.
So cute. Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll be back after the break.